Hey, first grade, ready for your week 6 art lesson? We're going to be doing the peacock so many people have asked about. Before we get started though, I would like to take a moment and highlight some of these incredibly cute and very well done hummingbird pictures that we got from last week. Well done, my friends, well done. You are going to need today paper, lined paper, printing paper, your sketchbook is good, pencil and eraser, coloring supplies, your STEM journal, because we will be making notes, or a quick sketch. Your first grade expedition information. Your guiding question is the amazing body of birds. The connection that we are doing with art. We are learning right now how to draw many different birds and learning how to draw them in the correct sizes. We are measuring the birds. Your learning targets. I can observe basic shapes in nature to help with my drawing. And I can draw a bird with good proportions. Now let's think about the design process. In art right now, where do you think we are? Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, or share? See, I think we're somewhere around the ideate part because we learned about things and we've defined our problem as we are going to draw a peacock, but now we are starting it, which means we could probably also be on prototype. So this is an example. These are two pictures of peacocks. They are actually pretty big birds. They're a lot taller than you might think they are. And their wingspan can make them look even bigger, which is what they do to scare off predators or to show off, kind of. In our STEM journal, we're going to write our art bird and then do the sketch. And then in our sketchbook, we're going to do a large picture of a peacock, complete with the background. So here is my example of the peacock. And if you have any questions at any point in time, you can always email me at afrans@amanaacademy.org. And don't forget to check your Seesaw page for your assignment. So let's look. We're going to open our STEM journal and we're going to see if we can find a place that we can do a new sketch. Now, you could do one down here, and this is not for you. Please, that's second grade. You're not there yet. But we're going to do one up here, and we're going to start by art, bird, and we can do sketch, and our bird today being the peacock. P-E-A-C-O-C-K. Now, we're not going to draw the whole thing here. This is just going to be a quick sketch. We're going to do the bigger version with all the colors and everything in our sketchbook. So first, we're going to start with a small oval and then a large oval. But notice that they're not facing the same direction. We're going to connect this. That's going to be the long neck because peacocks have long necks. Then we're going to put the beak. Now we're going to add what looks like a big half circle behind him. Because we're going to draw it to make it look like it's got the tail up. I forgot to do the wing before we go any further, so let's do that little oval. There we go. We can draw two legs. Again, not much on that. But when we start to do the so we're going to divide that into parts. Now again, this is just our quick sketch. This isn't going to be the whole thing. This is just a fast sketch to go, all right. We used a half circle, we used oval and an oval and an oval and two lines and some more lines and a triangle. So next, we're going to open up and we're going to start working on the big version on a new sheet of paper. So, like I said, first, move that a little bit. We're going to work with an oval This oval is going to be pointing that way. This next oval is going to be a lot bigger. In fact, it's going to be twice that size. So if you remember how to do that, where we were using our fingers, you can try that. But we're going to make it, ta-da. We're going to draw, might as well go ahead and we can put that little, there's the wing. That's just another oval inside. And now we're going to connect the neck. The neck is loose. It's kind of like the letter S. And I'm going to come back through and I'm going to erase that. And I'm going to erase this part down here. And now we've got this neck coming up, and let's add the beak. And we can add an eye. And they have these little feathers coming off the top. We're going to draw 3 coming off the top. And they got little circles at the end. Now let's go ahead and add the legs. 2 skinny lines, 2 skinny lines, and 3 toes at the bottom. Kind of looks like V's all over. Now we're going to work on the back, the tail. We're going to start with, remember we drew the half circle, so I'm going to start that half circle right about there. It's okay if you have to draw through your peacock because we can come back and erase that. Then I'm going to draw up and over, and actually, yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to erase this line. Now I'm going to divide it into the parts. So I'm going to do 1 feather, 2 feathers, 3, 4. I'm going to draw through one, but that's okay because remember I can erase that. And then, ta-da. Now I know peacocks for real have lots and lots of feathers. If you really, really want to draw lots and lots of feathers, that's okay. Go for it. We've always added something to the end of our feathers to make them look round. So we're going to do that again here. We're going to draw that long U. But see how I'm taking it from one line to the next? And I'm making sure that it touches the top. Ta-da. So I'm going to keep doing that. Now I want to go around and I'm going to get rid of this straight line that's on the outside because that's not part of the actual peacock. Alright, so almost done. Now we've got to add a detail to our peacock. So peacocks have these designs on their tail feathers that kind of look like an eye, like their eye. So we're going to draw a circle at the end of each one. And watch, this is going to get lost because he's kind of covering up part of it. And this one is also going to have a little cover up. There we go, right there. And the circles get smaller the closer it comes to the peacock. You don't have to draw 100 circles. I'm really only going to draw, myself, I'm only going to draw 1 more in each one. And you can't see all of that one because his head's in the way. And I won't be able to see all of that one because the body's in the way. Ta-da. And I guess if you really wanted to, you could draw like an even smaller one that's closer to the bottom. But again, that's up to you. I'm only going to really ask that you do the first one. If you want to draw more, that's up to you. Because that's not the only thing that's in there. We actually have to make them look a little bit more like the eye that I was telling you about. So let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. The next thing I'm going to draw inside of these, I'm going to draw another circle and 1 more. I'm going to do that in each one. And that's one of the reasons why the peacock is actually one of the more challenging birds to draw and color. Alright, the next thing I'm going to look for is I need to start pulling out some coloring supplies. So let's look back at my other peacock, the one that is fully already colored. We're going to need some yellow or orange yellow. We're going to need a light blue, green, and a dark blue. So let's see. Got a yellow. Got a green. Got a blue, a light blue. Let's see if that'll work for my dark blue. And that will be it for this part. I gotta sharpen them. Well, maybe. So easy. The beak, of course, going to be yellow. His legs going to be yellow. This wing, we're going to go ahead and color yellow. Now, his body is going to be light blue. And his tail, the outside, not the eyes, is going to be green. All right, now we've got 3 colors left and we've got these eyes to do. So the inside, the very smallest part, is actually going to be dark blue. Then the next circle up is going to be the light blue. And then the outside of each one is going to be yellow. Ta-da! And there you go. Once you've drawn your bird, don't forget to give them a background. Put your peacock, have them live somewhere. They actually do live out in forests, so you could draw some trees and the ground and the sky behind it. All right, guys, see you next time.